Doing better now.
Is that what?
And then it has happy music. Yeah. Yeah.
But this isn't behind the music though. This is behind the Occupy. That would be a good fucking show.
Anarchy, if you're
Right? Behind the Occupy?
not behind the Occupy, but real life. You know, they have that True Life series.
Yeah, this is True Life.
True Life on Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah. Oh, they already did that? Seriously?
Yeah, they did like in October.
Really?
They jumped on it quick.
That's what happens when you're in New York. Look at this, dude. You can't pay for this type of craftsmanship.
You did though.
Yes.
You did the impossible.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You guys are rolling.
This beer tastes really good.
So
You got
here we
some
are.
good one.
Two revolutionaries.
Shit, you know what that is? That's the beer of justice, man.
Oh yeah, let's show the label while we're drinking.
Yeah, right.
They're gonna charge you so much for that.
Occupy Budweiser. Where was that campaign?
We're taking down the king of beers.
You know what? I'm an anarchist. I don't believe in kings.
You're drinking the king of beers though.
Exactly. I feel contradicted. Something's going on.
But you only recently realized that you were an anarchist.
Yeah.
What? How did you define yourself before?
You have to catch up, dude. That was 16 hours ago. We talked about that.
Did you really?
Yeah, he asked me directly, why blah, 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 anarchism. No, I don't know, like, actually I was in Occupy, I was criticizing it, and I was like, I found that a lot of my criticisms were where Occupy diverged from anarchist ideas. It started off...
Well, I remember you wanted to start a working group of more right-wing people.
Yeah, I remember
in the beginning.
That. Yeah. Outreach to right-wing people.
That's right. That's how I came to meet you.
Yeah, and we were talking about, like, because you were, like, sort of normal, too. We were talking about, like...
More moderate.
Yeah, and then we were talking about, well, you know, this is, like, the language in Occupy was really, like, exclusionary to people who might not, on the surface, agree with what we're saying, but share the principles, you know. And I've always thought that the far right and the radical left, like, share stuff in common. Like Tea Partiers and like Ron Paul people, and they talk about like getting rid of the CIA, abolishing the Fed, and so reaching out to those guys. And so like, yeah, I thought that would have been cool. I mean, like that's.
Well, we've always had Ron Paulinites.
Yeah.
They've always been with us, because they are what started the Tea Party, which was actually, I think the Tea Party actually has a lot more in common with OWS than most, you know, occupiers would admit to.
Yeah. I mean, most of the people with like Guy Fawkes masks are people who'd fit into the Tea Party and stuff.
I mean, it's just, there's so much demonization from everybody. It's disgusting.
Well, the language, the rhetoric is like low level. It's not mature conversation, so it's hard to like buy into that conversation they're having. But then it gets a crowd out, you know, so people want to scream and hold cardboard on the streets, and you need that contingency.
Yeah, it just really disgusts me when I see occupiers talking shit about Tea Partiers because of what they saw on the news. Oh, Tea Partiers are all racist. I saw it on the news. And it's like, dude, you are part of the exact same thing. They say the exact same shit about us.
What do they say about us?
Dirty hippies, Zionists.
Smoking beer.
Yeah.
Cigarettes.
There was a guy holding a sign outside the park for a while that said, Google Zionists control Wall Street. And, you know, the news picked that up. And so, you know, if somebody was watching the news, they're like, oh, those occupiers, they're all anti-Semites and, you know, whatever.
Did you hear about the GA?
It's just ignorance.
There's a GA where they're trying to do a solidarity a stance with opposition to war in Iran. And some Zionists try to shut that down and saying, you know, no, we need to like protect Iran. And to actually like shut down the GA and stuff. And so they moved the GA to the park. They like the facilitation team said, like, was a part of it, said we're not gonna facilitate this meeting and stuff like that because they didn't want a statement to come out saying that we were against the war in Iran or like us doing a strike on Iran. Something weird.
That's strange.
Yeah. So like, there's some people in Occupy Wall Street who are strongly pro-Israel and stuff.
Well, I would think that they would do that because of the whole mindset of, you know, don't say anything to the government, don't give them any legitimacy.
Oh yeah, don't even like protest war because then you're legitimizing government.
I guess. I don't really understand the whole. I mean, all a government is a collection of people who have agreed that they will govern each other and themselves. And so the whole anti-government thing, I don't understand at all.
Sort of like
I mean,
anarchy, you don't understand anarchy?
No, I understand anarchy. Anarchy is people governing themselves without electing officials. It's just a step. It's a step towards freedom that we're not ready to take right now.
I don't think we
Like a
are.
step towards
That's what I'm
personal
realizing. Yeah, like we need a lot more thought, and that's what like this fundraiser for this book is to like have that discussion of like what we're ready to do right now, and if we're even capable of organizing ourselves right now. Like,
I don't know what we need to do. Social engineering. A lot of people are. There's a big push on the left for social engineering.
what is that?
What's social engineering?
Yeah,
Like
like Facebook.
no, like passing laws that will try to push people to behave and in the future think a certain way.
I'm not for that.
Like what?
I'm not for that.
You're not for that?
Like pushing, reforming people through laws and stuff.
Well, it's not necessarily.
Like legislating.
I mean, it's benevolent legislation. Like affirmative action is social engineering. It's saying, because you're black, you should, get a little bit more, push up to get into college, to get a job or something because you've been, discriminated against in the past, and maybe there's still discrimination going on. So we'll give you a little push.
But that's like sort of reformist like talk, like work within the system to try to like make it better instead of like just transforming that system. Instead of like looking at the power structure that oppresses blacks, you're asking for that power structure to like just be more.
That's what the power structure is currently doing.
More oppressive is being currently
It's
oppressive.
trying to social engineer people to be less racist.
Yeah, and I thought that's what Occupy was doing, was creating a room for a discussion that was like really transformative, where like we were actually like saying, like that's why I thought the cool thing about the park is all these people came together with like all these radical ideas, and they're like, we're having these discussions that weren't being had anywhere else, and all these like people who like I want to like hang out with like you or all these other people like normally like I would have in my normal life, but it wouldn't have been under this context of like we're all coming together to change something or at least talk about changing something. And like that space, like that's what like at its heart what it was is like this crazy conversation. But like what's come out of that conversation?
Yeah. Well,
Laptops and panties.
laptops and panties. What's your biggest issue?
With Occupy?
No, your biggest issue
What's up?
that brought you here.
I came to New York to actually I haven't even talked about this. I have a book that I was gonna sell. I haven't shown you this?
You haven't actually.
I haven't. The Complete American's Guide to Revolution.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. No,
You
but I've
haven't?
read about it.
Yeah?
I was with you on the farm when they did that article with you in
yeah,
it about
yeah.
the office.
Oh yeah, no, totally. See, so this is like a little Che Guevara, like
Mhm.
Why Revolt, and this is a whole table of
Can I have a
contents.
copy?
Yeah, well, this is my only copy, but I guess I could give it to you. Yeah, like, yeah, why not?
Well, how are you gonna get more?
I have a PDF of this, but like, it's pretty cool. It's actually, I think, a decent book. Like, this
I
is
would
the
like
first.
to read your book.
Yeah, this is the first chapter. This is why I came to New York to try to pitch, and this is like a good close, I guess, to talk about. Like, so I came to New York before Occupy to try to sell a book, and now I'm trying to sell a book on Occupy because Occupy replaced this as what I was doing for my career. Is that like it became my book project, but like I was doing this, and a lot of people before Occupy had their own projects, and then this became our project. We brought all of our activism to the table on this, but like, so I was doing like the Complete American's Guide to Revolution.
You never really talked about your book.
Well, I'm doing it right now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the entire time I've known you, the only time I heard about your book was in that article.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Like so, like I actually like I wrote like a decent like first chapter about like so why revolt, the best reasons to revolt, the future of revolution, the importance of love, blah blah blah. Talk about what's your reason for revolting. I want to achieve world peace. Blah, 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 I want to be free, and then it says the online resistance, revolting spring, goes and talks about the Arab Spring, vive la resistance, love is the answer, objectification, how to try to keep like the human at the forefront of what you're trying to do, like love for humanity, why you have to organize, but I don't own an AK-47, why it's not a violent uprising, but it's actually just a revolution as in like a big change, a drastic and wide-reaching change in the way some things works, is organized, or is thought about. Consumers versus citizens, the rampant consumerism, apathy as protests, 100 million Americans support you. All the people who don't vote are actually people on the sidelines waiting to get engaged in this discussion. And then like it ends with a little postcard of my picture and Che Guevara. It's pretty cool.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you could totally have this, dude. And like it says like Let's see. Revolution, the open source, human, laughing, playful, honest, empowering, do-it-yourself medicine. With your help, we can heal a sick society, or at least write a prescription for it to heal itself. You are a human being with inherent, inalienable rights. Stand and claim your inheritance as a miracle of creation, living in a plentiful, beautiful world. You are a revolutionary. Now let's get to work. Isn't that inspiring? That's how I end that. It's pretty, you can have this, dude. And I like reference like Richard Pryor, Dalton Trumbo, which is an amazing author, Edward Bernays, John Lennon, W.S. Murrin, Poet Laureate, W.B. Du Bois. I mean, I reference over 60 historical figures. Like, this was in my like query letter, my pitch to publishers was like, I'm referencing over 60 historical and cultural figures, and it's only at a 10th grade reading level, similar to Reader's Digest, because you have to like write down to the public. You can't write over their heads.
Right.
And you can tell they have this, dude. I mean, this is like, eventually I would try to pitch this book and try to write this, but like, Occupy is just like a compelling story right now. But yeah, so this is why I came here, and I was gonna.
The first edition.
Yeah, totally, dude. You know why that's so beat up? I was telling him a little bit earlier. I don't think we caught it on camera. Is that that actually it was with me in the park when I got beat up by the NYPD when they evicted us from the park November 15th. That was
recovered this from the
from my backpack. Yeah, like that was cradled in my arms. My backpack was cradled in my arms with my laptop and everything. Mm-hmm. And I was hunched over, and NYPD stomping me, kicking me, beating me in the face with the billy clubs, all bloody and everything, dragged out of the park. And that is a condition that my backpack, like that was in my backpack, and that's a condition that was in. So imagine like my backpack got fucked up, and all my stuff got like broken, and my clothes got ripped off me and everything. And yeah, it was like a lot of like memories in that little document.
Cool, yeah.
It's pretty cool, huh? I designed it myself, the cover. And the Complete American's Guide to Revolution, I basically modeled it off of like the Complete Idiot's Guides. So I was trying to like really write it down, like simplify it. And then read this right here.
Yeah, I read that.
Oh yeah? No, read it aloud. Read it aloud.
SB.
Hey,
what does the B stand for?
Bar.
Okay.
It's a good name. It's a good nom de plume. I always told myself if I sold the book, I would change my name legally. But you have to read the Che Guevara quote, dude.
Let's get a shirt with your face on it. Says Ernesto Che Guevara, a communist revolutionary, the global t-shirt icon.
I'm fast and loose with the facts sometimes.
You are.
Just sometimes. But so what? Let's turn this into a meta discussion.
Go inside. I'm cold.
What do you expect about this book?
This book? I don't know anything about your book. I've never.
Occupy Kiss.
I've only.
Anarchist blog from OWS. No, the book I'm trying to pitch. This is a pitch in the end to sell the book. This video is going to go on Kickstarter.
I don't know anything about your book. How am I supposed to talk about it?
But you know me. And my experience is a little bit in OWS.
Chaz Barrick is probably the worst human being alive.
You went with me to like Occupy Farms. You were in the OG 17, original people who went up to Occupy Farms.
I know.
Went up to the Woodstock farm where we drank beers and smoked a lot of cigarettes.
That's right.
And eventually lost that farm. And so, it's a great pitch, right? Just laying it all out there. So, what do you...
Full discretion.
Full discretion. What do you expect about this project? Like,
it will probably blow everyone's mind everywhere as soon as you finish writing it.
How much do you think I'm asking for to write it?
A cool $5 million.
No, only $3,000. But I should have asked for that. But yeah, the $3,000 is a Kickstarter campaign to try to fund the writing of this over 2 months. I'm going down to Puerto Rico, and I'm going to Puerto Rico, and I'm trying to hole away and go over all my notes and try to get some perspective on like OWS away from the subject. Like, I think it's hard to write when we're on top of it, so or when I'm on top of it. So
you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, like get some perspective, and also it's every day I'm getting more stories.
It's also a lot more exciting when you're away from it because you're reading the news.
Right?
You're like, oh wow, they're doing what today? There's 300 people? Wow. And when you're there, you're like, there's 300 people here. What the hell? Where's everybody?
Right? Go to anywhere else in the city, and they're like, Aki, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, leave me with some hope, man. Encourage me on my project.
You can do great. I believe in you.
Yeah, I guess. That's good. good way to wrap it.
I wish you best of luck.
Alright, well, and what...
And I'm looking forward to reading your book.
Are you?
Your first chapter. Yeah, I am.
Oh, of this?
Yeah.
First chapter of this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna post that online for free too, yeah. So people can read
excuse
it.
me.
No, it's okay. It happens. So, yeah, and I guess, like, what do you want to give a shout out for, like, other occupiers who might be watching this?
No.
Oh, no, you don't want to?
I haven't been to any other occupies.
Do you want to?
I wish I would have gone to DC and Oakland. I would have loved to go there, but I haven't. No.
No. Any advice from New York? You're a fucking New York occupier, dude. Guide these people. Give them some counsel and wisdom.
Don't spend your money like an idiot. Don't give people discretionary funds. Should be common sense, but it's not apparently. And take care of each other. That's the most important thing. We've lost a lot of the community. We're not taking care of each other.
Yeah, could we hug it out?
Yes.
Hey, what's up?
Are we good?
Wait, no, we gotta hug it out on camera.
Oh, okay. Let's hug.
No, let it go.
Let me hug.
Oh, on the heart.
That's right, on the heart. There you go. All right.
You're a good man, Brian. I will let this guy go because he has like an hour fucking subway ride. You want to drink? You want to drink of this beer?
I'm alright.
You don't want to drink it?